Our next guest hosts a very entertaining web series. It's called SurfDonkey. He's also Canadian, but he's on the other side of the coast, and that's one of the big things I want to talk about with Lance Moore, a host of SurfDonkey. Lance, how you doing, man?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Very good, thank you. It's a beautiful day here on Vancouver Island. How's the weather out in Nova Scotia?
It's actually nice today. It finally cleared up. It's been raining here for about 4 days straight.
So,
it's been pretty bad weather.
Oh, that is bad, especially in the summer. Isn't this the time of the year when you're kind of really hoping for the sunshine?
Absolutely, man. This is when we want the nice weather. You know, we get a pretty short summer here on the East Coast, so you know we obviously like to take advantage of it. But hey, it's the way it is.
It is, yeah. It is what it is, and if you can't do anything about it, you might as well just enjoy what you can. But one of the things I want to talk to you about is Canadian surfing on the Atlantic side of the coast. I mean, every story I've ever heard about the Atlantic Ocean is that it's just butt cold. It's freezing. I mean, are there ever any days when the water isn't completely frigid, or is it something you just have to get used to?
I mean, right now, this time of year, the water is 16 degrees, so it's pretty warm right now.
Okay.
You know, so it's like 60.
Okay.
So it gets pretty warm in the summer, you know, for Eastern Canada standards, but yeah, in the wintertime, it can get down to -2 with it, because there's a lot of salt content in the wintertime, so it won't freeze. But it doesn't, where we live here, you know, it's out of Halifax on the Eastern Shore, it doesn't freeze. If you go more north towards like Cape Breton, they'll get iced in.
Wow. And explain how you started the show and all that. I was watching some of your web series online. How did you start the series? How did you get into surfing?
Well, how I started the series was a friend of mine, Mike Jackson, a guy from the Trailer Park Boys. He had always came out surfing. He quit surfing, and he's knew how to videotape. So he just came out and shot some stuff for fun, and we put it on YouTube, put it on our store website, DacaneSurfShop.com. And he's pretty funny, and we were just kind of joking around, and we did that, and we actually got a lot of response from it. And then I'm working on another project where I'm working on a scripted show, and it was just kind of taking forever and ever to do, and going back and forth to meetings, and just foolishness. And my brother Craig, who's the co-producer with me, went to film school, and I was kind of asking his opinion and stuff, and he's like, why don't we just shoot you with all your foolish friends and all the shenanigans. So that's what we started doing.
And it is comical. So you're saying you're actually working on an actual, like, a TV series now?
Yeah, well, I've been working on it for like almost 2 years. It's ridiculous. I mean, the thing about this is instant gratification. You know, like we go out, we shoot, we have lots of great, like, Tom Curran's been on the show.
I saw that.
He was in there.
And real quick, by the way, and Tom Curran, I mean, for people listening to the show who know surfing, you know who Tom Curran is, but if you don't, he's one of the greatest surfers of all time. He's actually Kelly Slater's inspiration. And how did you guys get Tom Curran all the way? I've been meaning to ask this. How did you get Tom Curran to come all the way to Nova Scotia and eat donuts with you guys, among many things?
Well, long story short, I'll make it short as I can. The guy, Yazzie, who's a photographer, got him to come out and like kind of play a benefit here with his band. And then, of course, I was talking to Yazzie, and, he told him about the show, and he liked the show. He thought it was funny, so he's like, yeah, I'll come be on it. So we had him in the store in Halifax there at Dacane Surf Shop, and he came in and we interviewed, and, he went surfing, and it's great. It's good to talk to somebody. And my brother was more excited than anybody else, I think, my brother Craig. He's like, man, I'm going to meet Tom. I was like, Craig, just relax. You're supposed to be shooting and producing this thing.
Exactly.
So, he was pretty, but, he was really cool, and he came out and went surfing. And, a lot of professional surfers, they've kind of been everywhere within reason.
Right.
And, they want to, I mean, they literally been everywhere. And they're like, hey, I want to go to Tofino, or, I want to go to Nova Scotia, or they want to go to these off-beaten places, and that's the draw of it. And, he came there, his band, they played a really good show here in town, and, hey, he's a great guest and a good guy.
Yeah, and I guess the one thing that surprised me was that, and I completely agree with you, where most pro surfers in general love going to all these new places and traveling the world, but there's a tendency for them to avoid cold places, which is what surprised me, that he came to your shop, and he seems super enthused. And you're saying you guys all went out for a surf session together as well? Yeah, we all went out surfing out at Lawrencetown, and just kind of hanging out. And he was really good to all the locals. He went to all the other stores, and there was a party they kind of had a party for him out at the beach, and he was good. He played some music. For him, I think is kind of fit that criteria of things that he wanted to do. He wanted to see new places, and unfortunately the surf was really small. But, there was a great show, and, they were really good. And Halifax has a really big music scene, really big indie scene, and, he heard about that, too. So, he really liked it. I love it. And you're the owner of a surf shop called Dacane.
Yep.
Tell us about how. I mean, were you an avid surfer before you started the surf shop, or the two kind of gel together? I mean, how did that start?
I actually started in my mom's basement when I was like 21 years old. Yeah, I was just going. I went to school and I worked at this crazy Star Wars bar that's like kind of bar you drive by and your mom says never go in there. and when I graduated from high school, I took retail management, and I was like, I want to open a surf shop. My mom's like, no, go get a job, blah blah blah. And then when I try to go get money from everybody, and they're like, no, it'll never work, blah blah blah. And then of course now, banks call me all the time and say, hey, you want to do anything, and of course they're all over me. But yeah, so I started in my basement. I just kind of money I made from tips working at this really scary bar, and I just kind of went from there. It's pretty, just kind of escalated, and yeah, now we have our store in Halifax on Bloor Street, and yeah, we do surf camps and rentals and lessons and all that stuff.
And so it's a great story. I mean, congratulations for making a success out of this. And
it's been crazy.
And how is the surf scene in Nova Scotia? Is it just pretty much a summer scene where the wintertime only the core surfers go out, or are you getting good business like year round?
Yeah, I mean we're busy. Spring, summer and fall. I mean, obviously the sun and the surf play a part in it.
Right.
But yeah, I mean it's definitely growing, and Halifax has like 30,000 university students, so and the beach is only a half an hour away.
Oh, wow.
So it's pretty close, and there's a lot of surf spots that are really close. So it's definitely, the winter surfing has become more popular, and usually in the fall is when we have contests. Like Billabong had a contest last fall that was great with guys from the West Coast there that were in it. It was a really good time. Are
you like a fan of professional surfing? Have you been watching the U.S. Open?
Absolutely. I've been to the Worlds before on Team Canada. I've been there and surfed it. Not that big, but pretty big, and it's really, I mean, they make it look really easy, of course, like all athletes. Like, it's really hard to surf. And
it is amazing.
Slater is, obviously an incredible surfer, and actually last year there was talk of him showing up here last fall.
Oh man!
So if he is, we're going to get him on the show for sure.
And best of luck. I mean, I've interviewed the guy. I've been lucky enough to actually interview him 5 different times, a few times in person. Great guy, man. I just want to give you a heads up that he's like, he'll completely live up to everything that you're hoping for.
I believe that.
So I hope you get him, and dude, best of luck with everything. Congratulations on your surf shop, Dacane. Lance, thank you so much for taking a few minutes to come on the show,
welcome.
man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and I'm actually going to be out there, I think, for the contest in the fall.
Are you really? Oh, for the
yeah, I think I'm gonna be in that, because they're taking 10 people from the East Coast and 10 people from the West Coast.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm gonna be out there. So we're gonna be shooting series of me training and trying not to get fatter and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, meaning to ask you that. So you don't, and no disrespect whatsoever, but if you watch the series, you don't exactly have the physique of a pro surfer.
Oh, I know I don't.
So how do you make up for that, man? Because you're out there catching waves and ripping.
I'm strong, I think is the advantage. No, I'm short, but I got a big carcass, and I'm strong. And it just helps. I don't know. I guess it just they study that a lot now in surfing. Like, how can you make someone a really good surfer? And one guy said to me one day, he's like, man, you look like the bouncer, But I don't even know. I can't explain it. I played a lot of other sports, and I'm going to be training really hard for this contest to get really light, because I know it's obviously going to be in beach break.
Yeah, exactly. And they're going to move it around. And again, and to just follow up on what you said, I mean, one of the most underemphasized facets of surfing is paddling. And I've always told people, it's like the stronger you are at paddling, and that's why I always recommend pull-ups, because the closest thing to building those muscles is just the stronger you are as a paddler, the more waves you're going to catch.
Absolutely.
Well, best of luck in that event too, man.
Thank you very much.
And real quick, Lance, plug away. Any websites, anything like that before you take off?
Yeah, you can go to our SurfDonkey.ca. Check out all the other shows that we have. We have Matt Mays coming up on the show. We got a show we're doing with our GoPro. We're doing a GoPro show. We're using the camera, the water camera, and then you can go on our website at DacaneSurfShop.com, and we'll sell you lots of surfing things, and you can come in our store, and we'll shamelessly sell you some other stuff.
I love it, man. Lance, best of luck in all your endeavors. Thanks so much for taking some time out. Thanks again, Lance, and best of luck at the Cold Water Classic, man.
Thanks a lot. Nice meeting you.
Beautiful. You too, Lance.